Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday night. We are doing a self-care kind of relaxation, unwind type of video tonight. I had been promising to do this for a really long time, and I always have like a running list of YouTube videos to make, and then usually I put it to you guys to vote, and this week you voted for this one, and I thought about time that we do it. Now, before we do anything, I need to wash my hair because, as you can see, it is a little bit oily. So I'm gonna do that first, and I'm also gonna do my brows because if you take a look here, they're very hairy. And then we can start the process. So what I'm gonna do tonight is give you guys a journal prompt that you can do to kind of end your day. I'm also gonna show you some other tips and tricks that feel good for me. But ultimately, with everything that I show you, I want you to find what feels good for you, right? With this type of stuff, there's no right and wrong, and I'll explain what I mean a little bit later on with one of the things that I find relaxing. But it's really about what finding works for you. Anyway, let me wash my hair, do my brows, and I'll be right back. I feel so much better. There is something about washing my hair that just makes me feel good. I don't know what it is. Anyway, what I wanted to say about having a shower or having like a hot bath, for me, I don't like baths. I can't relax in them. It doesn't feel good for me, so you'll never catch me having a bath. However, I love having like a warm shower, especially of an evening, just like to unwind or just to kind of practice almost like a shower meditation. And what I mean by that is, one thing that I always try and do, especially if I'm having a rough day, especially if I'm feeling flat, is I go into the shower and I just imagine the water coming out as like this white light, and then as it's rushing off me, I imagine it as like this like dark blue or like dark grey or like black colour, and it's almost like it's washing away my issues or like my concerns or my like stress for the day. And I think there's something to that as well. It's like just really being present in the shower. And of course you could even imagine that in the bath. Like you could imagine all of that icky stuff like coming out of you, and just knowing that you're absorbing like that white, that clean, that just really like fresh energy. It feels good. But what I'm going to do now is dry my hair, and then we're going to do a face mask. I think I was going to do an eye mask, but I thought no, for the purpose of this video we're going to do a whole face mask, and I'll explain kind of why I do that, when I do that, and then we'll go through the journal prompt activity. Alright, I'll be back with dried hair. Oh, and I also did my brows, guys. Can you see that? Can you see that? They're a bit red, but I just gave them a little tweeze and I kind of shaved the ends again. I don't know, I saw it on TikTok and I liked it last time, so I'm gonna roll with it. Anyway, I'll be right back with dried hair. And my hair is dry. I haven't straightened it. This is what my hair looks like without me straightening it. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is make myself a peppermint tea so that it cools down while I'm doing the face mask, because peppermint tea is quite relaxing and soothing for me. I would say heading into winter as well, I find that I drink it literally every night, and I would recommend you trying out some tea because tea is for the soul. Now, I'm also going to light one of my candles. I just don't want to flash you guys. We are going to put on the Eye tonight, which is one of my favorites. I've spoken about it before, from Wikan Designs. Now, aromatherapy, guys, is something I discovered when my mental health was like really bad. Whenever I light this candle, it relaxes me. It instantly just like takes me to the moment. And so I would say it doesn't necessarily have to be a candle. It could be incense. It could be, you know, an essential oil. It could be, I don't know, what else could it be? Anything that brings you to the moment. So let's put that on. I don't know if I'm allowed to show the flame. So I'll put on that one, and I'll put on that one. Oh, helps if I... Alright. So I'm going to just put these up over here. I've got my peppermint tea. Delicious. before I actually do anything else, I'm going to put on a pair of pajamas now. I never used to wear cute pajamas. I used to be the type of person just to like sleep in like trackies or like a t-shirt, and that's totally fine if you do. However, I don't know if there's scientific evidence to back me on this, but sleeping in cute pajamas improves your sleep and makes you feel even better. So I'm going to pick out my favorite pair right now and come back. We are going to put on these, my Peter Alexander ones. They make me so happy because they've got sausages on them. And now I've got my PJs on. We want to get the clean hair off the face because we just washed it. We can't have it being dirty. And then we're going to put a face mask on. So I'm just using the Repair Shop face mask. This is got hyaluronic acid and provitamin B5 in it, a nourishing repair mask for plump, glowing skin, which I probably do this, I reckon, once a week, and I just really love it. So as we do this, what I want to say to you guys is that all the stuff I'm doing tonight, you know, something simple like having a shower or lighting a candle or putting on a nice pair of pajamas, like all of this is very much what I like, and you don't have to do the exact same thing, but my advice is always find what works for you and don't feel overwhelmed by this video. I really don't want that. I want you to be, I guess, inspired to figure out, hey, what do I actually like? Hey, what relaxes me? When I think about, you know, being really calm and just being really like centered, what is it that I'm doing? For some of you, that might be calling a friend. For some of you, that might be watching your favorite show or putting on your favorite movie or making your favorite comfort meal for dinner. I actually had pumpkin soup for dinner, which is like a very hearty and like for the soul as well. Sorry, I'm literally looking at my window. My reflection is there, and it just means that I can very much apply this without having to look at myself here. Oh no. Oh, that's a message from my best friend Suzanne. So I'm just going to put my phone on silent. I love you, Suze. Anyway, as I was saying, like, there are a million things that you can do to relax yourself and just kind of centralize or steady your nervous system. I find what I'm doing to work really well for me, and so if you have something that works for you, keep with it. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, you know? Don't need to reinvent the wheel. Anyway, you'll see I've applied this all over my face. And now while it manifests, while it does its thing, I am going to do a journal session. And I'm also going to give you guys journal prompts because I love all of this physical stuff too, but the journal is for it's a mental thing. It is physical too because you get an actual release. With the prompts, guys, I'm gonna give you 5. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed again. I want you to do whichever one you feel drawn to. If you like them all, you can do them all. It really doesn't have to be an overwhelming exercise, okay? So the first prompt, one of my favorite things, is give one word to describe today. Now, if you struggle with picking just one word, what I highly recommend is Googling this thing. It's called the emotion wheel, and I'll put a link to it in the notes. But basically it's like a chart and it has all these emotions. All you have to do is pick one. Pick one for the day, or if you want, you can rate your day out of 10. I like rating the day as well. If I had to rate today, I would rate it a 7. I was going to give it an 8 because I had a poke bowl for lunch. However, I had to have a blood test, so the day lost a point. And then the next prompt is, what was the highlight / low light from today? So I want you to think of the best thing that happened to you today and something that wasn't really ideal that happened to you. And then I want you to write that down. I don't want to use the same example, but a highlight for me could be that, you know, I made pumpkin soup with my mum and it was really fun. We enjoyed each other's company. And a low light could be the blood test, or a low light could be that work is really busy at the moment because I'm going into like end of financial year. So what that prompt is trying to do is just bring some awareness and presence back to your day. Then, this one is my favorite. Prompt 3, what is one thing you can do for yourself tomorrow to make it even better than today? So if you have a think about today and think, what could I have done to make today better for myself? And then what can you try and do tomorrow? I know what I would do. I would drink more water because I have not drank a lot of water, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's just been something that I have been neglecting. And so I'm going to try and drink more tomorrow. And it doesn't have to be that. It can be literally anything. Maybe you want to spend less time on your phone. Maybe you want to check in with a friend tomorrow because you didn't get a chance to do that today. Maybe you want to make your favorite meal for lunch or have a really nutritious breakfast. I don't know, it could be anything. There's no right or wrong when it comes to journaling. Then, this one is another good one and something that I love doing. If I do a nighttime journal session, I don't always do a nighttime journal session, guys. I'm more of a morning journal person, which there's no right or wrong, but the fourth prompt is write out the top 3 things that you get to do tomorrow. So I don't like to-do lists because I think they have not good energy. I like get to do lists because you get to do it, right? It's not like, oh, I have to do it, like this is a chore. It's like, I get to do all these things. And that energy feels much better than saying, oh, I have to do it, or I feel forced to do it, or, you know, X, Y, Z. And then if you come back to that the next day, you can cross off what you ticked off. And I also like the fact that I'm only asking you to write 3 things because it's 3 things. It's not a list of 10 things or 7 things or, you know, 5 things. It's just 3 things. And keep it really like achievable for yourself. I don't want you to write, I have to write a book tomorrow. I have to book, you know, an international trip, or I have to call 20 of my friends. Like, who even has 20 friends, Adele? What the hell was that example? Anyway, you know what I'm saying. You want to keep it reasonable, but also something that you can cross off. And it can be even like the simplest things, like the top 3 things could be make my bed, brush my teeth, have a shower. When you are in a really dark or low place, and I know because I've been there at times in my life, sometimes getting out of bed is the hardest thing. Sometimes making your bed is the hardest thing. Sometimes having a shower or brushing your teeth is the hardest thing. So if you need to bring it right back, do that as well. And then we always have to end with gratitude. One thing you're grateful for today, and write that down. I always usually write Franklin, but I think you guys will know what I'm about to say. I'm really grateful for you guys too, because yeah, without you, I wouldn't obviously have this community. This community wouldn't exist, and you guys bring me so much joy and love every day, and I'm really grateful. So I wanted to put that in there too. But that is a little journal activity that you could do. As I said, you could just pick one, and I feel like on that note, can you see how the mask is like changing color? I'm so happy right now. Can't even explain to you how nice this feels. My candle smells good. I got my tea, got my face mask. I'm hanging with you guys. Alright, I'm going to get a hot face washer and take this off. And then there's a couple other things I want to mention as well before we wrap the night up and head to bed. So, without having water run down our elbows, even though I have those like hair tie or like water running stoppy wristbands, I like this. You heat up a face washer and you just very lightly wipe away your face mask. Feels so good. And then, because I've done this face mask and it's quite nourishing, guys, I'm honestly just going to go in with my moisturizer and keep it pretty simple with like skincare tonight, because I don't want to overload my skin. That feels so good. just show you. My skin is very nourished after that. Now, after I finish making this video, guys, I'm probably going to make my daily vlog for the day or post a review. I think I'm going to review some chocolate with Dad, but I will then scroll on TikTok. And I've spoken about this before because I'm not really a TV person, right? But oh, I love that. I'm not really a TV person, but I have no qualms literally scrolling TikTok. And maybe it's because I create content, but I love being on there. I find it so fun. And what I want to say to you is, if you beat yourself up for spending time on social media, it's like you're really not letting yourself enjoy it. If you actually feel relaxed from it, right? You're far better allowing yourself to not feel guilty for it and just dedicating the time. Like, I'll probably allocate maybe half an hour to scroll before I like fall asleep. And I know there's things out there that say, oh, get off your phone before blah blah blah, get off your phone before, you know, this time. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. And you know, I see it as no different to like watching TV, and I just think everything in moderation. And if you actually feel good about it, why beat yourself up about it? Like, let yourself enjoy it. That actually helps me unwind and like switch off. I don't actually find that, you know, triggering or like getting myself worked up. I find it quite relaxing. Also, when you moisturize and do your skincare, go down. Some people say go down to your boobs, but go down as far as you can because it's meant to. And what else could we do, guys? What else could we do for self-care? I'm just trying to think if I haven't mentioned anything. You know, maybe self-care also looks like going to bed early, like prioritizing your sleep schedule, nailing the basics. I always say that, like, nail the basics, like food, in terms of like nutritious food, water, sleep. I'm just checking my notes to see if there's anything I missed. No, I think I covered everything. I really like this video because I feel so much better after this, and I reckon I'm gonna have a really good sleep tonight. I nearly finished my tea. Nearly. Anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you liked it, and let me know what you do for like self-care. This is you know, what I do, and I think while I did a lot of things in this video, even just one of these things can like make me feel a little bit better. But also making something simple feel so good as well, I think is the key. You know, like, you can make your showers a little bit special. You can make doing a journal session a little bit special by putting on your candle or putting on an eye mask or a face mask or a hair mask. Like, you could call a friend to debrief, you could call a family member, you could actually go out and hang with friends if that's what you're needing. The idea is to feel what you need and go with that. Okay, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I will see you next time in the weekly vlog. Mwah! Big kisses to you. Have a great weekend. Be safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.